In a very emotional laden voice, Emeka Ike's son, Michael Ike, said his father told him to go and jump Niwaju truck and other heart-rending expositions. Hello everyone, you're so much welcome. A can of worms, in fact many cans of worms have been opened about this Emeka Ike's trending issue. Remember Emeka grants an interview with Channel Television, rubbing minds, where he said a lot about what his ex-wife did to him. And of course, he moved again to TVC, where he also talked about the same issue. And his wife, Susan Emma, who has been quiet for over 10 years, decided to say, you know what? Enough is enough. You just keep granting interviews all through the years, talking about me. And now it's time for me to speak my truth, whether people like to hear it or not. She didn't come alone. She went with her first son, Michael Ike, to Chude, Gideon Wars program, where she bore it all. Michael Ike, look, as you can see, is a splitting image of his father, but with the complexion of the mother. In fact, make we say the boy take both father and mother's looks. He talked about his parents' messy separation and divorce. He spoke about his father's behavior towards him in an interview and shared a voice note at the threats his father sent to him. You know that Emeka has been denying beating his ex-wife. He said it was taken away from him as he lost 80% of his possessions. And the wife don't come out say, no, the school where you talk say I sold out. I'm not the owner of the land or the property. You're not the owner of the land and the property. It was a rented and leased property that went wrong. And when we were unable to pay, there was a lot of court battles. And eventually, the owner of the property got an injunction from the court to evict Emeka's stuff. And the school had to be shut down. Now, Emeka said his father had threatened him several times. And Biko, the voice note where this boy share online, I know if you share them for here because it might not meet the community guidelines for this platform. But I'm sure you'll be able to see it in blogs on other platforms. But in that voice note, Emeka was shouting at the top of his voice that his son should go and jump in front of a truck and Kpai himself. The Nollywood actor, that's Emeka, also added that people were using his son against him. He complained about his son's behavior and how he had spent so much to raise him and send him to school. Michael Ike said he doesn't want anything from his father. When the interviewer, that's Chude, asked him to say, what do you want from your father? He said, no, I don't want anything. I just realized that I don't want anything again. He added that his dad had tried to discourage him on his musical career and threatened him that Don Jazzy would not help him. This development is coming after Emeka Ike has granted several interviews and, hopefully he thought his wife would not say anything. Now, the question people are asking is that please go and hear that voice note so that you can have a good understanding of, what Emeka Ike said. And people don't throw away comments. People don't throw away comments on top this wahala. Let me take some few comments I can take. The first person here says, I wish to advise the boy not to take sides in the problem between the dad and the mom. He should stay neutral and watch his comments. Another said, Emeka was my brother's friend. He live on the same street as Shangisha Magodo. His house is next to my brother. This man loves his family very well. Also, he's nice to his neighbor. Another person said, I feel so much for Emeka Ike. See the pain in his tone. May God Almighty give you peace. Another said, Emeka Ike is a failed man. It's obvious. I advise him to stay away from granting unnecessary interview because it damaged the more. Concentrate on how you can reunite with your children when if it is not possible to reunite with your wife. Another said, this so-called son should do anything possible to stay away from his parents and do everything possible to seek his fatherly blessings. He shouldn't always take his mom's side. Another said, the son understands his parents better than you or anyone. as he is directly involved. So keep your advice to yourself and allow the young man define his life. Another said, when the father is too frustrated, he can shout and warn his son. Be careful, this boy, I am not your mate. When someone is a father, it is established that the age gap between him and his son is very wide. Another said, I feel your pain, Emeka Ike, because myself, they feel what you are passing through. Another said, indeed, only a drug addict will sound this way while addressing his own child and wife. Another said, I'm not sure this boy is his real biological son. If it is me, we must go for a DNA test. A true son, no matter what, cannot talk to his father this way. Another said, when there is a separation, the first thing a woman do is to lay hold of the children, and the second task is to instigate the children against the man. If she fails in that task, her future is not secure. We know all this, but at the end, both of them will regret their actions towards this man. Another said, he's a young man that will also settle down with his own family very soon. I will not pray for him to face the same situation his father has experienced. Another said, Emeka Ike is really passing through a lot already from the look of things. I feel for him. Another said, why are our celebrities like to mess up themselves on social media like this? Another said, Nigeria, there's trouble in this family. Nigeria don't have family therapists or consultants like overseas. If not, they need one. Maybe it's a minor problem and it's growing from strength to strength. The best thing now is to cut off totally from each other and move on forever. Another said, I'm gonna be like, man, no. Another said, this guy is so arrogant and disrespectful. I remember my first meeting Jim Ike in Jakonde First Gate, Lekki. I never paid to see him again the way he treated the fans who wanted to see him. Another said, you people should shamelessly continue disgracing yourselves and your family on the social media. I'm at your father, wife, and children. Another said, women don't say the truth, and many of them turn the children against their father, no matter what their father has done for him. Another person said, Emeka has always been an aggressive type, and this woman see shaggy banza for in hand. We neighbors where they live around Shangisha know all these things, but we know just one talk. Another commenter also joined his voice to say, I don't get it. He had full custody of these kids, right? They had a fair share of their father's cruelty, and some people are here saying their mom brainwashed them. Maybe your brain needs some washing. Another said, this boy is still a child. He knows nothing. I pray he marries someone like his mom. He doesn't understand what that man is going through. Another said, honestly, till I stepped in my father's shoes, I always hated him. But now, no story my mom will tell. I will listen to understand rather than to feel. Another said, not one person was in his shoes, and somehow everyone here is sure he will regret all this when he too becomes a father. What if he becomes a father? And people don't know that seeing someone act a certain way will make you fight tooth and nail to not be like that person. How about for you guys, oh? Another person said, Emeka Ike destroyed his home by himself. Another said, remember, what's spoken can never be unsaid. Emeka Ike has made mistakes and I will never support bad behavior. But those are strong words coming from his seed. That boy is young and talking without restraint and from a place of frustration. The mom shouldn't let him say all that about his dad, whether true or not. I promise you, when this boy grows into a man with responsibilities and he sees this video again, he will have wished he held back some words. Peace. Another said, Emeka can never win this. He will regret this for the rest of his life. I'm a man, and this is what I feel. This is a real dent. Now, wow. Another said that they talk about DV. Now, the talk is fine. Okay. Another said, until you have had to deal with a verbally abusive parent, you won't understand. Because you are angry, you go talk anyhow to your children like person where they chop grass. Another said, well, your father now your father. Oh. The hate and dislike doesn't change that. Sometimes even if you don't want to have a relationship with your father, just have peace of mind and forgive him. My people, so those are the words now that the boy has spoken, saying for him, it feels, let me quote his words, I'm dead to him. I don't want anything from him. The voice note I said again is honestly, after listening to that voice note that Emeka sent to his son, is traumatizing me. I won't lie. I can't imagine my own parent saying that to me. I can't imagine my father saying those awful words to me. Whatever has triggered that, whatever the child has done, or whatever has triggered the father to say that, they are all in a mess. Oh, they are all in a mess. And the boy said in the interview to say, this is someone I should be looking up to. But he hasn't lived to the expectation of even, like I tell people, you can be a failed husband. You can be a failed wife. In fact, you can be a failed worker. But you cannot afford to fail as a parent. Because parenting means you brought another child into the world. And that means you failing that child by your actions and inactions and irresponsibility. So it's just a lot right now. And I'm thinking to say, why did Emeka not keep his mouth shut and just talk about Malaika and go home? People will not want to hear this. He has said all these things he's been saying. This is not the first time he's been saying it. He now said it at the point that the woman feels that now I need to come out and talk. I'm not keeping quiet after 10 years. And those of you now we talk, say make the woman no come talk. So now so something go do you for 10 years, you won't come out to speak. Because sometimes when you keep hearing the narrative that is not, in quotes, true, the repetition of such becomes the truth. So, of course, she has the right to come out to talk about her own side of the story. It's now left for us to believe or not to believe. But whatever my own is, whatever has happened between them, it's just fine, right? But a marriage that has been dissolved for 10 years, why are you coming out to talk about it again? It should be dead by now. You know, there's a way you have married, you've remarried. And okay, this woman is even supposed to be the one talking about it, so to speak, coming to the social media to talk about it. But she has decided to keep her peace, raising 4 children. I'm not saying somebody is right, somebody is wrong in this context. Now, for her to be in custody of those children is a lot of work. And to raise almost these days is a lot of work. Emeka raised them for 10 years as well. He was not able to bond with them. I'm now talking about parenting, not the marriage. If Emeka has been the one in charge of them for 10 years, as the wife alleged that he just kept them with a nanny in Abuja and he traveled out of the country to go and marry another woman, you know, he hasn't bonded with them. Because those 10 years that they've been with him, or he has been in custody of the children, would have been the best time to form a bond that no one can break. So it's not just by providing for a child or giving the child education that means that you have a bond with that child. No, there's more to parenting than provision. Like I said, Emeka Ike would have just advertised Malaika, enjoy his comeback, and not bring his dirty past. I call it dirty because this is a dirty and messy divorce. It was everywhere years ago. Like I said, a lot of Gen Zs might not understand this story, but we know as the thing they roll. Everybody cannot be against you. Your wife is against you, your children are against you, your colleagues are against you. AGN had to sanction him at that time. It was the same person that went to beat up a pastor in Isolo at that time. It was the same person that was fighting with Chris Okotie, because Chris Okotie gave the wife a temporary accommodation at that time because beating yet Ipoju. And Okotie and his church members stood behind this woman to say, if you have to dissolve the marriage, go and dissolve it before now. Don't buy Nasef. Because the woman is not gone. As soon as she don't go now, she not dead body go come out, can't defend himself. So Mr. Emeka, Osiso, about Loshenso, it's okay. Osiso Sare Wale, Zukwani K, don't talk about it again. Madam woman, you don't come out, you don't talk your own. Bam. Everybody gets in your family issues. But coming out and doing all of this again, I'm not against the woman coming out to talk. She has spoken her truth. And you can see she's not somebody that talks too much. And she said, for her to have won in court against Emeka Ike, as poor and as irrelevant as she might be assumed to be, because she no get money, she no get fame, she no get any profession, any backing. You think saying babies they courts evidence boku, and she said she's ready to present the evidence again, but she's not going to do social media drama. She's going to share them in the court, and we saw those videos those years ago. So Uncle Emeka, you don't do, Madam ex Emeka, you don't do. For the sake of your children, you guys need to even go through therapy. All of you, you've gone through so much. So much. And the truth is, when you abuse substance, come into some things, when arrogance is so much, when a man is violent, it gets as it be. Ọlọ́run á bá wọn yanjú ẹ̀. Ire o.